So I wanted to talk a little bit about Senate Bill 5872. This is the most recent bill that I've filed here this session. The bill has to do with evaluating certain budget decisions which, based on the recent revenue forecasts that came out this week, are obviously the most important thing we're going to do this session, impacting residents of the state for the coming 2 years and likely beyond. Today we heard that we're facing a nearly additional $700 million in revenue shortfall, and this is going to make the decisions we make about this biennial budget all the more important. Throughout the last couple months that I've been here in Olympia, I've had countless stakeholders and constituents from the district come into my office and talk about programs that have been critically important in their life, but more importantly they've focused on how important those programs have been for the state budget. For example, every dollar that our state invests in family planning, the state saves $4. And our basic health care grant, for what it costs to give preventative care to 172 patients, our hospitals will see if one of those people has to go to the emergency room. So those are two examples of how important it is that we not only balance our budget this year, but that we make the right decisions as to which programs we cut, so that we don't just dig a deeper financial hole for ourselves in the coming 12, 24 months and beyond. What this bill will do is require staff that prepares fiscal notes for our bills when they look at either increases in state expenditures or decreases in state expenditures, to evaluate the impacts of those increases or decreases on both state and local government. That's to evaluate the costs that we may incur in the next biennium and beyond for those increases in expenditures or decreases, and also the potential gains. Some tax incentives or loopholes that we've heard about recently in the media, some of those loopholes were put in place because they actually do create jobs and create state revenue. It's important that we know that before we consider rolling any of those back or eliminating incentives that we offer. Similarly, if we're going to make cuts to the basic health grant that I mentioned earlier, cuts to family planning, we ought to at least be aware of the certain costs that we're going to incur over the next 24 months by making those cuts today. I've realized through these meetings the last couple months that everything in our government is connected. If we cut back in one area, we oftentimes see increases in spending in other areas. And we wouldn't be doing our responsibility as elected officials representing the citizens of Washington if our budget decisions erroneously make our problem worse in the next biennium. Just like families understand when they budget for the year that if their children miss their annual dental cleanings, or if they fail to take their car into the shop for its routine maintenance, oil change, tire rotation, they may save the $40 for the oil change on any given month, the $300 to replace their tires in any given year, the couple $100 for that dental cleaning. But they also realize that if they forego those expenses today, that car is likely going to have bigger problems in the near future. They might have to replace a head gasket, or their child might need a root canal or develop cavities. For all these reasons, it's critically important that when we're facing over a $5 billion revenue shortfall this year, that we make sure we truly account for either the costs or the benefits of every budget decision we make. I'll continue to keep you posted on all the things I'm working on. Please, again, don't hesitate to contact my office with any questions or concerns about the issues facing the state, what's going on back at home, and the bills that we're dealing with down here in Olympia. I look forward to talking to you, and thank you so much for watching.